Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! What are we doing tonight? Well, depending on if you're watching this on Wednesday or Friday, it's either live or rebroadcast, but no matter which one it is, it's the same thing, Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, and look, just because it's blurry, we can't see sand changing in the background. Ooh.
Insert cartoon silhouette here.
I know he's got. I know he's not naked. Don't worry. But still,
he's my cherry pie.
It's been Remy's dream for so long to see this happening right in front of him. All right. So, what was I saying? Dungeons and Dragons. If you like the Thunderstorm background, it's Ambient Mixer. If you like the world map, it's Wonder Draft. If you like the dungeon map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. If you like the town map, it's Canvas of King. I thought about making the town that you just left, but what's the point? You just left. So we're going to go back to this. Oh yeah, we don't need your artwork right now. So, because it's slightly bugging me that we've got Jord there, even though he's not going to be back in time to see the end of the campaign. At least now he's
Maybe
small.
it's like we're finally killing Jorg.
No, don't worry. I don't tend to kill my players unless I really have to. Yes.
Notice how he said
players, I would hope not.
Players. So at least he's a man of principle. He doesn't usually kill the players.
Well, you know, some people just go too far. Didn't you tell me that your address was 1-2? Alright.
Because my address is on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. Just like leave no survivors.
The huge building. You never said anything.
Huge white building, you can't miss it.
Yeah, and you never said anything, but you're actually quite rich. There's a gate at the front. But you for legal purpose, we are not stating that you should attack the White House.
I didn't say anything. All I was talking about was a big white house on Pennsylvania Avenue. That could
I know. But no, just in case. I'd rather not this stream be interrupted after 10 minutes because the AI flagged us for incitation to violence or anything. My last car was flagged by AI for to be scrapped, so kind of would like it if I wasn't flagged like this. Can you believe that? The insurance company now, they ask the AI first if it thinks that the car, judging on the description of that you make and that the and not even the evaluator, the tow truck driver made on your car, they ask the AI if the car's damage will exceed the value of the car. They haven't even seen it. They just ask the AI, and if the AI says it's a total wreck, then they start fighting for this. Yeah, I killed my car. So when the AIs take over the world and they ask me, what have we ever done to you? I will be able to say, you killed my car.
Dude, that's my car.
Alright, so what happened last episode? That's not the right one, that's not the right one. And of course I forgot to open. I don't know why. It's been 5 years, I think, and I'm still forgetting to open my text file on which I write the introduction. 5 years. They said that you only need to repeat something 27 times in a row to make a habit of it. But for some reason, that has never stuck. Alright. So, last episode. No, we don't need a thunderstorm in the background. Actually, it's winter. What do we need? We need winter wind. Ooh. Yes, I've been exploring my ambiance, my new files of music and ambiance. But even that is not appropriate for now because we're on the high sea. So I don't have anything for the ocean yet. So last episode, or party, finally met up with the captain designated to bring them to their destination. To make sure they would not find themselves in more trouble than necessary, they went fishing for more information both before and after arriving to their destination. More elements were added to their original plan, and a small calm yourself. And a small revision. Let's start that phrase over again. More elements were added to their original plans, and small revisions were made on the plan about to be executed. The enemy seemed prepared for some trouble and, fortunately, expecting a ship in the next few days. With luck, our heroes won't have to wait too long before figuring out if their plans are good enough. Or if they're gonna stay on plan 1 for more than a few minutes.
We have plan 1.
Plan A, sorry. A1. Alright. So, if I remember correctly, we left off right after you had evaluated what this place looked like. And it looked like a 5-module structure built around the various rocky elements of this reef and connected by rope bridges. Remy has estimated that the maximum capacity of this place could be as high as 300 people, which means that they could be well defended enough to repel a group of significant size. And I'm aware that I think I didn't use the right word.
That also means we have a goal number, guys. It's like by the time that we leave this island, we must kill 300 or more pirates.
Well,
like
that is
that's
always an option.
Sneaking onto the ship part a little harder if
Well,
often everybody's dead.
In the chaos, they'll all come fleeing to their ships, and nobody will notice 3 more.
Well, that can always be a plan B.
Either that or we kill 3 pirates and then start wearing their corpses.
Well, let's call this plan B. Um, it's gonna take just a little bit of time, removing the inside, taking out the bones without breaching the skin. I'm
I
sure
can imagine just Fisher now, just every few hours. Man, I sure am hungry.
he's just removing the meat inside of the skin, and you can just hear Fisher. It's just like fish. It's not any more difficult than that. All right. So, we finished before Sam lost consciousness. Uh, just as you were trying to decide how you were going to enter this place. I believe you're still on the cloak ship. Um, I don't know if you'd chosen a dock to try and get into. Either the large one, the one meant to take things with a crane on the ocean, or the smaller entrance.
I thought we decided the large one because we
Okay.
were gonna hide as crates, and that one had the most crates
Yeah.
to hide. That's probably also where we're gonna be trying to go to the next place, or the next ship. Probably where that ship will land.
Most likely, yeah. All right. So, how do you want to get from where you are right now to where you need to be? Because even though the ship is small, if even cloaked, if it enters this place, there is wind displacement as it's moving. So they're gonna know something's entered or
Uh
entering.
huh. I do have Featherfall prepared, so we could just kind of jump.
You also have my helm.
Right, that's what we were gonna do. I think we were just gonna teleport down.
Yeah.
Um, all right. If he can get us close to the big dock.
Close enough that you
Oh,
can see what's inside,
yeah,
um, but you can't go too close, otherwise they are going
yeah,
to start
yeah.
noticing something's coming closer.
Closer, but not
Let's just say
actually
that with
close.
Remy's spyglass, you can easily be several hundred feet away from the edge and see very clearly the
Mm-hmm.
inside of this hangar.
All right. Remy, can I use your spyglass for a second?
Like he hands over the spyglass,
All right.
and
And I
then
will look at the boxes and see if there's any conveniently empty spot of boxes buried in the boxes, and how many people are around in the vicinity, who's looking where, looking for a spot to land us that is not immediately within line of sight, and
Okay.
hopefully already where we want to hide, so we don't have to do any sneaking if we don't need to.
That's the island.
Raimi
Photo.
spends some time figuring out whether the eye patch looks better on his left eye or his right eye.
Well, actually, I think that you're watching Fisher and you're wondering if you put a strap on the spyglass and you force Fisher to attune to it as if it was an armor, will his eyes be able to pop out like your spyglass? At least that's what I would be wondering.
Well, you see, now it's even more like, can we just install a spyglass into his eye?
Probably would be that hard.
Why can't I find where the map is?
Like you're the one. Well, I guess technically two species in 5e where modification of body parts is feasible.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I find the map? It's really annoying. I have a world map. I think I have a dungeon map, but I can't find where the map is so I can remove it.
We don't need a map. We don't need a compass. Our hearts will be our guide.
Come on. No, that's the logo.
So set sail and raise the helm.
Prismatic wall, monster.
That legendary place that only the map reveals is only legendary till someone proves it real.
Come on. Why is the map missing from? All right, I'm gonna remove all of the objects. Eventually, I'm gonna find it. Monster 5. Oh, that's what it's called. Triangle. Hooray for too simple name. Okay. Let's activate everything back. Let's not activate this. Nope. Nope. We got this. And here we go. So, well, that's true. You can't see everything. So, let's put a huge circle on the places that you can't see. All right. So, from your angle, that's what you can actually see. So, most likely the dock where the ship will arrive is the one that you can actually see. There is a little bit of the dock that's outside, but that's mostly just where the ramp to get inside of the ship will be. And you see this hallway moving inside. There are a lot of crates on location that you could probably...
Are these big circles like the cave part?
Yeah, that's what you can't see in the cave right now.
We see in the top left circle, that is where the guard Tarask is. In the bottom right circle, that is where the guard Cerberus is.
And the last one is where the
And then there are a couple of
demigod
shambling
is
mounds in the
located.
lower left one.
Okay, and we got our little...
You see any peeps walking about?
Yes. You can see a whole lot of people walking about. So let me just put that there again. On the docks. Well, no, I'm not going to put them on the docks because there's just too many people walking about. There's always someone taking. Counting something, just looking, rummaging through the crates, trying to order them. They're continuously bringing new crates, new barrels, new bags. They are busy. It kind of reminds you a dock anticipating something big arriving. So far, the intel that you got seems to be accurate. They are expecting something within the next few days. Now, is it going to be the right ship? That's the big question. But they do seem to be expecting someone. And there's always at least, I'd say, half a dozen people walking on that dock. 4 of them are guards, looking outward. But always someone arriving with something new. Sometimes it goes as much as a dozen people on the dock. Then it goes back down. They're moving a crate, replacing one. It's a busy dock.
Remy, what kind of range you got on any of your illusion stuff?
I believe most of them are 60. It's either 60 or 120. Give me a sec.
So,
Okay, you can actually probably see all the way there from the dock.
probably not enough then.
Let's see. Silent Image. Silent Image has a 60-foot range. And if I had a day to do something, then maybe I would be able to use Major Image, but I don't remember if that's
I
the
really
same.
need to have
range
black
anyway.
squares.
But nothing we could hit somewhere while still far enough away with the ship to not draw attention from the ship. Sounds like.
Nothing like that. No.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that that would almost be the job for something like hallucinatory terrain.
Mm-hmm. George.
See,
Alright.
druids are useful. Jorg, maybe not, but druids, yes.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I don't think Jorah could have had that spell prepared either.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not. Not seeing a great spot where we could show up that we could stick around in. What's it like on the roof of these caves?
It's not extremely obvious to figure this out, but you figure it's either metal or wood, because it's been camouflaged so that it looks like rock from the outside. But
Okay, but it's a built structure.
oh yes, it's a hangar, so it goes inside. It's not open space.
Not dug into a cave. It's
Well,
built
it's
a cave
partially dug into a cave. That's the thing. They built that structure, and part of it is the actual cave, but they filled in the holes and painted it, camouflaged it so that it looks like rock. So part of it is cave, part of it is added stuff.
But like, how high up is the roof? Is there any quote unquote cover on the roof? Is there anybody that could see onto the roof?
Yeah. Most likely. Hold on, I was trying to find a black square. So you can see that there are two structures that seems to be a little larger, and I'm gonna let you see them right now. So the structure that is lower down, the QRS square, that makes sort of a tower that goes high enough that they can actually see above the roof. And there is a similar structure at BCD.
Okay. This a flat roof tower, slanted roof tower, roof with a balcony tower?
Roof that looks like it's part of a mountain. So sometime there's a protruding rock. Sometime it's slightly curved, and sometime it just looks like blasted terrain. It's made to meld with the surrounding rocks.
Difficult to stand on?
Difficult to run on, but I mean, with a dexterity save, you can probably jump and try to grab on to something.
I'm thinking of teleporting there.
Okay. Because of how jagged everything is, the DC for doing this is not going to be high, but the consequence for failing will be painful. So beware of natural ones.
Yeah. And then, does it look like, say, if we were to land on the top of one of the towers, would we be easily spotted from the other tower? Still?
All right, guys, it's time to get out our protractors.
I'd say it's not obvious to judge if it's actually gonna work doing that. It could definitely work, but it depends on you be able to see inside. If the person on the other tower is looking in your direction. And because the towers are covered so that they blend with the environment, it's a bit hard. You need to be able to level up, see when they're looking where, be able to see the other tower when they're looking where, and do this. It's not impossible to do, but it is slightly difficult to do.
What about under the docks? What's that look like?
A place you do not want to fall from. It's roughly the same thing as above, but if I'm guessing what you want to know, No, they don't seem to be looking. At least there doesn't seem to be any obvious way for them to be looking under the formations.
Mm-hmm. The It looks like everything that's not rock or wood, that's water, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am trying to give you better squares. So hold on.
Like everybody's familiar with the three Chinese elements: wood, earth, and water. That's it.
And all right. Oops. I thought that this was. All right. Here we go. I think that will represent better what you can actually see or not see. Like this. So yes, everything else is either rock or water. And now you can see a bit better where the water is and where are the surrounding rocks.
This strip of dock, the C to end, and 1, 2, is this still built on rock, or is it starting to come straight out of the water?
No, this part is the part that is covered. Covered by cave elements. So, here you go, like this. So, the dock from C to N, this is part of the inside. Like I said, it actually extends just a little bit beyond the map, another few squares, to create a larger square platform. This part is completely covered by rocks, and the rock extends from the corner of N all the way to the lower corner of P6. So this makes a large portion that is actually rock atop it. On the other side, this is simply cover. So C3 to C5 and same thing all the way to H. That is covered so that it looks like a large cavern, but actually it's walls and water underneath it. There is a large rock formation that covers from E to I. You can a bit see it the way that it's made. This is an actual rock formation that goes over it. The corridor I and J from 3 to 9, that's actually artificially covered. You can actually see if you're floating on level that it's a roofed portion. There's a large portion of rock at QRS that covers a large portion of the back, but small elements at the back of LMN are actually wood and metal holding a false roof. Same thing directly in front of the just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. Same thing directly in front of the lower tower. The tower itself is covered on top, and that artificial cover extends just a little bit. So does that give you a better understanding?
The C to the section on the left side.
Yeah. That's what you can see from the outside. That portion.
And then, past that, it's covered, or
So actually, this dock from C to N would probably extend all the way to -2. And that's part of an actual rock element. So this dock is actually carved inside. And the rock formation
Where are we
extends to...
able to see into it?
You are peering into this dock probably from something like HIJ -500.
Okay. But it sounds like you're saying I'm not able to see anything under that dock, or it's just straight like rock.
In that, so under that portion of the dock, yes, it does extend a little bit, sort of following a face. So the dock itself both rests on top of a rock formation, and there is one above. So it's really a sort of a cave at this place. Where there are holes and it's covered, it's in the hallway. That's I and J that goes all the way to the back. On that portion, there are holes that are actually covered. But all of the dock, it's sort of a diagonal that goes across from H all the way to lower K and covers from that point all the way to P11. So all this is rock. Underneath, it's even more rocky because it moves upward like this. It's sort of like, think of it all as stalagmite formation that someone built treehouse on them.
Okay.
So it's wider underneath than above it.
So it's not coming straight out of the water. It's not like built out of the water. It's built on rock.
Exactly.
Okay. Meaning, I'm assuming there's not really like clearance under it. Or I guess.
Like I said, because it's built in between and there are portions where it's just wood connecting, there is. It's just not conveniently placed to give you access to the inside.
Yeah. Okay.
And this complex is just one of the 5 that you have. It's the one that has the dock that you're interested in.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any great spots to land here, guys. What do you guys think? We could scope out another place to try and land, but then we'd have to sneak our way over here.
Could we land just directly in the water and then swim up, or no?
I mean,
Kind of, but it sounds like everything's built high enough out of the water that would be difficult.
I do
mean,
have my rope of
yeah.
self-climbing, so if we could just use that to get to the top.
you need to use it maybe 2 or 3 times, meaning that you tie it somewhere, everyone climbs up, hang on, then you do it again, and the
How
third
far
one
above
would
the
bring you
water?
inside. But how
How
far?
far
What?
above the water?
The dock that you're looking at is maybe 200 feet up. The lower
Okay.
dock, the one where there's a small entrance, is maybe just 20 feet off the ocean.
But this dock is like 200 feet up.
This dock is high up. It's designed to either take in a medium-sized ship or have a very large ship pull up on the side and people loading it. So it's the highest of the three docks.
Uh-huh. All right. That's okay. Yeah, it's a lot higher than I thought it was.
I mean, personally, this is a situation where, no matter where we choose to dock, there's going to be an element of risk. The question is, like, which elements of risk are we willing to take on?
Yeah, that's yeah.
I will say
don't-
that because being seen is part of it, if nothing else, we can at least make our physical bodies unseen.
Yes.
Yeah. But
I'm just talking about that specific element. Again, there's the whole thing of the ship itself.
yeah. Well, I mean, if we're teleporting there, I'm just looking for a spot that we can appear that people can't immediately see.
I think
Well-
either on the thing or in the water would be probably our best bet there, and then we could just.
That
Climb
you
up
can
and-
see. There is a possible place at M and N2 on the dock that are behind barrels, so only people entering the dock would be able to see you if they look left. But even then, they wouldn't have a clear sight of you because there are barrels in the way. So there's that. Otherwise, the water is a very interesting, yet probably very cold way of entering this place.
But then we'd have
But
to go up the 200 feet.
Yeah, but we could be stealthy
We
when
all
we.
have access to flying stuff though too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe just landing us in the water.
And then climbing or flying up.
Yeah.
I mean, here's an interesting thought. Like, we could technically try to appear maybe like 100 feet in the water.
What do you mean?
I'm assuming when you're saying appear, as in like possibly like a teleport in a place.
Yeah.
I don't think anything is stopping us from like teleporting a few like maybe 50 or 100 feet in the water, where it will be difficult for anybody to see them, even if see us, even if they were looking.
Oh, like under the water?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I don't know how deep does the water go here?
it's a reef, so right next to where the I know they're not called stalagmite, but it's the best picture that I have for your mind. Where the huge rocky structure start, it connects with the bottom of the ocean, so it could be very shallow. For the rest, it's deep enough for a ship to be able to make its way there, but dangerous enough that if someone doesn't know the proper way to get there, they're just going to be shredded on the reefs. So too shallow for a ship, but shallow enough for a person to drown in. Not shallow enough.
I'm also just less worried about people just seeing us in the water, because I'm going to be honest, I don't think people are looking for people swimming from an impossible distance to shore when they haven't seen a ship. I just don't think guards are going to be looking for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking there are two towers, but I was thinking if we go in the water at like FG negative whatever,
Yeah, but reasonably, how much are the guards actually
The
paying?
towers would
Like,
have sight on that spot anyway, because the dock
yeah.
would be in the way.
But how much are
Uh,
guards really
And
looking
we're
at
all the way
people
down.
teleporting into the water from a place like, you know?
In my own experience, guards are not nearly paid enough to be as vigilant
Yeah,
as
I
we
don't
assume
think
them to be.
I don't think I just assume the guards, especially these, are not paying attention to something that they probably would think of as an impossible way in, especially when there's been no ship on the horizon.
Yeah, so
Just
essentially,
dicking around on their phones.
the point that audience is trying to make, I think, is they're looking for big things, not small things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys cool with landing in the water
Yeah.
below the dock, basically?
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, the guards are real size queens.
All right.
Is there...
Yep.
I guess everybody ready?
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
All right. Then I'm gonna take a quick peek at like the edge of the dock. Is there anybody sitting there bored, staring off into the distance? And if not,
Well, you know,
There is a small child eating ice cream.
you just make a sweep of the dock with Remy's spyglass, and you catch one guard just going. And then he nudges the guard next to him, and he starts talking to him.
all right. Yeah, I think I'll put us just in the water, kind of below the dock.
All right.
You see the knuckles on that one?
Dude, it's a Dragonborn. They don't have those. Then what am I looking at? Oh, please. Alright, so you teleport underwater. Under that dock. Who amongst you has something which helps him deal with winter oceanic cold?
I mean, I have my ring of wards. It is not attuned,
Yeah.
which I think is similar for everybody, probably.
Yes. No one has, I don't think any of us have it.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Can't be attuned to everything.
Don't worry. I did my research. I know that you're not gonna die instantly from jumping into that. And even worse, teleporting there. But I'm still gonna make you all do a constitution save to see if you freeze. You know, get stunned when you appear inside of that really, really cold.
You guys all get +4 to your con saves, remember, from me.
The camera goes underwater and you see, just like an explosion, the water just go, and you see all three of you going.
26.
Okay. That's a success. Fisher?
23.
23. That's a success. Remy?
With a +4, 16.
Whew. Success, but really barely. It hits. For audience and Fisher, it hits. It strikes. You feel as if someone just stabbed you with an ice knife, but you easily just shrug it off and start swimming up. Remy, you definitely need a 6 second more than everyone else, as you didn't expect this, and it stings. It almost stuns you for the round. Almost. But the element of adrenaline kicks in, and you immediately start swimming up with the others.
You know, it's a good thing that water breathing is just a daily casting. Because that kind of shock could actually drown folks.
Yeah, and you kind of were really glad when this happened because your first reflex was... that would have been bad. Unfortunately,
Like, wait, water's not supposed to go in there.
So yeah, all right. So everyone shrugs away the shock of ice cold water, and you easily swim up. Now, audience and Fisher, you both know that you might have managed this, but you can't stay in there for more than 15 minutes before hypothermia starts freezing up your lower limbs and you start drowning.
How
So
cold is this water?
it doesn't have to be minus 20. If it's minus 1, if it's 0 or 1 degree, it's
30 minutes.
30 minutes? I thought it was 15. All right.
Assuming you're talking Celsius, because what
Yes.
I remember is 30 minutes
Sorry,
in-
yes.
what I remember 30 minutes in 30-degree water. And then hypothermia. And
Okay.
that's talking Fahrenheit, so that would be...
All right. Well, you're actually...
Maybe an hour for audience. He does like a natural.
It's like, fun fact from the EMT.
No, that's just exactly what I was gonna say. I'm gonna trust you on that because it's actually your job to know this. So,
Well, I'm gonna swim up. I'm gonna look down, probably seeing Remy maybe struggling, but then see that he's okay and keep swimming up to the surface.
all right.
There's just a little blue fish just kind of going.
Yeah.
Fisher, you good under all the metal? It's not just sinking.
You're the only one who has metal on him. You're Steve
Great
Fisher.
question. Why do you make an athletics check?
Yeah, sure. I didn't think about that one. Yeah.
I mean, that just begs the question, like, what is the relative density of Fisher compared to ocean water?
Well, there are wood component inside.
There are, but there's also stone. So,
Yeah.
And, a chrome
yeah.
covering.
That is a 18 athletics check.
All right. Audience, you look down to see how Fisher is doing, and you notice he's not moving up really fast. He is, but he's sort of struggling really hard to just make a few feet up.
Yeah. What you're gonna see is audience come grab him, and you're suddenly gonna see them zoom with a nat 20 for a 30 athletics roll. As audience just literally grabs Fisher and pulls him up by sheer might rapidly through the water.
Fisher just gets pushed out of water like a torpedo, and no, a natural 20 with a maximum of 30. I mean, you could probably manage to keep Fisher from sinking during a storm. So it's quite easily you bringing up. Remy, you kind of feel jealous because you're swimming like crazy, and audience chose Fisher before you, but you have to admit that Fisher is struggling.
Well, I mean, with that kind of power, Ramey's just going to ride the current that the audience has just made. It's like, why make his swim harder?
Let's follow the wake of the torpedo.
Audience is gonna appear with a lifeguard outfit on, like out of Baywatch, shirtless.
Yeah.
Slow
Well, you
motion.
made an athletic roll, so you have a ripped shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess we land on whatever the beach. I'm assuming it's
Rocky
very
formations, yeah. You
Rocky
pulled yourself up.
a rock wall, essentially.
Yeah. You haven't been in water long enough for your muscles to be all stiff and having trouble gripping onto the surface. So you manage to pull yourself up. Fisher, you don't feel a whole lot the grip of the cold like that. So for you, it's okay. For audience, because he's almost completely naked with the exception of a thin t-shirt that keeps ripping and it keeps repairing and some pants. So you're kind of okay. Remy, you're wearing wet clothes. And barely above freezing temperature water. So Remy is the one that feels the most uncomfortable right now, and he's looking at all of you, and you're not sure if he actually is feeling miserable right now, but the way that his feather just seems to push down because of the water, he looks like a wet puppy right now.
Rainy is not a penguin.
Nope.
Sorry, bud. I don't have prestidigitation.
It's Rainy Minor Illusions, a cloth.
I do have that though. Oh. Fuck.
All right. Remy takes maybe the next 12 or 18 seconds to just dry himself off. Oh, that feels so good. And then you look at Fisher and audience. Man, audience's arm really feels inviting right now. If he could only give you a nice hug, you'd feel some warmth back. But no, you're stuck drying yourself alone on a rock. Fine. So
I'm gonna take a look up and see how far up it is, how close, like how sheer it, like, or does the dock extend out like over where we are right now?
yeah. The area where you are is covered by the dock. You might be able to squeeze in from the sides. It's not going to be extremely easy to find your way inside, but at least for now, you're not hearing anything that would suggest that you've been discovered. So there's that.
All right.
So from where you are, I can't see myself like this. So there's the rock probably formation does this, and right here there's the dock. So you're probably somewhere here. Maybe you'd estimate something like 150, between 150 and 200 feet below. Oops, can't see well like this. So you're here maybe. I mean, the easiest point to enter is where it connects on the outside, which would be the lower portion of this place at QRS. There's a platform that connects with the lower part of the battle map. That's actually where the door to a different section is. So there's a rope bridge there. And it's also the place where it's the easiest for you to be seen. Everything else seems to be mostly encased. You do would have a place, maybe at Q 10 and 11, that you could probably climb there, and you think you might be able to have access to the inside, or at least it looks to be made of wood, so you can probably dislodge elements and give you a small entrance. The same thing can be said at H4 and 5 on the map.
Uh-huh. Let's see.
Getting inside.
Jamie, you have invisibility, right?
I always have it.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking everybody go invisible and we just kind of fly up.
Yeah, that works.
Being pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Do you want to make the level 3 casting or myself?
I'll do it. I've got more
Okay, doke.
disposable spell points.
Well, maybe disposable's not the right word.
True. More though. I will. Also, because I can't concentrate on invisibility and fly at the same time, I will have Terry cast fly on me, and then I will cast invisibility on myself and audience.
Oh, you don't need to cast fly on me, but
Yeah, no. Terry's casting fly on me so I can fly, because I know you can fly. And although, do you need... Because your flying is kind of not stealthy, right? If I remember.
Well, yeah, it makes a bright light.
Yeah.
Then again, we're not at night,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not.
Do you need fly?
It's like a DM. How would you compare the amount of light it produces versus
If
the
he's
current
invisible-
conditions?
Well, you know,
While you figure that out, I really gotta plug it.
if you take a flashlight and you point it towards someone in the middle of the day, he needs to look in that direction to see it, but also if he's looking in that direction, he's really not going to miss it. So it's sort of an element where, yeah, you're right, it's harder to see you in daylight, but if they see you, they'll know that there's something bright coming. There's absolutely going to be no way to mistake what's coming. So reduce risk of being seen, but higher chance of them figuring out what's happening if they see you.
Maybe for it's like honestly, it's fine. It's like I can do maybe the level 3 like a casting for multiple targets just to ease things. It's not the end of the world.
Okay. So, then I guess Terry could easily just upcast fly and include you in this. Hold on. That's what I forgot to open all of my spells. Alright. Fly, fly, fly. Fly includes One creature and +1 with every level above. All right.
As at 4th level, it's 2 people.
All right. So Terry will simply cast it at level 4, so he can include you and Fisher and the fly. And you can just cast invisibility on yourselves.
Well, the invisibility would happen first, but
Why?
but yes.
Why does the invisibility have to happen first?
Because if we cast a spell while we're invisible, the invisibility ends.
Oh yeah, you want to include. What was that sound? Oh, yeah, you want to include Terry in the invisibility spell. Okay, got it.
I mean,
So-
mind you, Terry is very small, not going to be noticed very much by folks, but flying seagulls, however.
I think Terry would feel combative against a seagull. He does know lightning lure. Seagull! Yeah! Alright. So, easy to do. And anyway, Terry sees magic. So, because you're invisible, you radiate magic. So, he's kind of know where you are, even though you're invisible. Alright. So, you all upcast invisibility, so to include audience into this, then you start going up. Can any of you actually upcast invisibility?
So we can all upcast invisibility. It's like we have
Okay,
access
good.
to level 3 magic.
Okay, good. For some reason, I thought it was a level 3 spell. No, okay, good.
I mean, greater invisibility is a level 4 spell.
Alright. So, invisibility is cast. You all disappear. Terry casts fly on Fisher and Remy, and he sits on Fisher's shoulder, so he doesn't need to have fly on himself. And you just all fly up, invisible, audience under his own means of propulsion.
Yep.
Just really loud and wet farts.
Okay. So, as you fly up, you all level with the docks. The guards there are completely unaware of what's happening. You're invisible. They can't see you. But someone seems to be disturbed on the dock. He's looking outward. It's someone a bit different than the others. Wearing a robe, a classic mage hat. He's looking in your direction as if he saw something, but can't figure out what.
Is he on?
Guys, I know whose skin we're gonna wear.
Yeah. Is he on the dock?
Yep.
Yeah.
He walks around carrying himself like someone who has confidence, meaning he's not lower level, he's higher level. It's
I don't know.
definitely a wizard.
I think the most unchecked confidence definitely comes from a level 1 wizard.
Well, that's that's different. It's not unchecked confidence. He's confident of his abilities. He doesn't seem like a ball of energy that just, oh cool, I got magic, let's lose it. No, he's just there. He's not nervous. He's looking in your direction. Kind of. He definitely saw something. Maybe bending of the light as you arrive, or maybe you disturb the pattern of flight of birds when you arrive. But he definitely saw something. He's looking in your direction, turns around, and he screams the word. He simply screams the word, "Bondo, come here."
Let's circle around the dock.
All right.
It's like come on, it was just SADS. Sudden avian death syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
As you're moving to the side, getting out of his direct line of sight, you hear this thumping, walking noise just going. It's sort of a large. You want to say golem, but it looks too rocky. So elemental would fit better. Some sort of earthen elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger than a normal elemental. You hear the mage go, just be careful. I don't know, there's something weird outside. Maybe it's just a feeling. But still, tell people something's off. Increase the guards.
Are you sure you're not hungry?
Have a Snickers.
Hits him in the face.
You can't understand what the elemental said. He's talking to earthen elemental, earthen elemental magic language.
I mean, we understand a little bit, but not with proficiency, or at least last we talked about the cross-sectionality of primordial.
Okay, yeah. You understand enough to recognize acknowledgement. The elemental accepted, and he starts walking back inside, and he bullies a little bit the people inside. Sorry. Turns around, talks very sternly to one person, and he runs to the towers. And maybe a minute later, you see 24 people going into each towers, and a little bit more security going everywhere. So you flew a little bit to the side. At least you're not directly in his line of sight. And it's a good thing, because right after telling Bondo to go inside and warn that there might be something weird, you see him casting a spell. He's a bit far to hear what he's saying, but you recognize... don't want to say something stupid here.
Detect magic. Invisibility.
Yeah, okay. I was just making detect magic. I was just making sure that I remember correctly. There's a sign part to detect magic. So because of that, you recognize the hand sign for detect magic, and he takes a moment, looks out.
We stay 31 feet away.
Oh no, he just sneezed. That covered the 1 feet, and he sees you. But he takes a moment, looks outward, goes back inside. So, security, essentially, what happened? Security was raised. Not alerted, but raised. Everything is still doable. It just became slightly harder. The DC
Don't worry, guys.
everywhere,
Security level will.
The DC everywhere just went up 1 or 2 points.
Don't worry, guys. The security level will go down after we go into the dungeon the next day.
With what you've heard, you have a strong feeling that this might be the Dockmaster.
Uh-huh. Alright. And he goes
Master
back
of the
inside,
docks.
out of sight.
Yeah. So you wait there. 5. Thank goodness Terry used extended spells, so you can last more than 10 minutes. You wait until, logically, someone who would be flying would just be falling down. So, you think you have an opening. So you move inside.
Yes.
All right.
And we
Okay.
come in. Is like N. Is there an entryway or like an edge dock there, or is that wall? Same with like 3. Kind of
Yeah. There is a little recess, meaning it's not an entry, as in open to the outside, but it is made out of wood. There is a possibility to just pull the planks and create your own little entrance.
Are they sturdy planks or?
Yeah.
A little above average, but nothing that audience wouldn't be able to easily pull out. You, Remy, they're really sturdy, but audience, they're just slightly above average.
What are you talking about? My seventh strength can conquer anything. You know, just you wait. I'm just gonna like have on my bucket list like Raimi, purely for novelty, having a belt of hill giant strength.
So yeah, for audience and Fisher, it's sturdy enough to resist the elements, but not sturdy enough to resist your muscles.
I mean, nobody can resist audience's muscles.
Not even his shirt.
How open is that spot to vision from other places?
So I'd say that if you hide in M and N without anything, just yourself sitting there, there would be the equivalent of half cover for someone who would be directly north. Complete cover from someone who would be looking at you from the west. Same thing from the east and the south, but someone who would be looking at you from maybe F or G or J1. No, G1. F or G1 would have a
Direct line of sight.
yeah. So you're covered in most direction, but you have maybe I'd say 30-degree vulnerability in your surrounding.
Said a bunch of people went into the towers. How's it looking out here on the dock? Population-wise.
There's increased security. There were six guard. Now there's 10 guard looking on the outside. Instead of having one at the intersection where it goes deeper inside, now there's 4. But they look like regular pirate people, so lower level. You're high enough level that if you can find a good choke point, you can probably get through at least half of what they have in the entire area before you're at risk.
Mm-hmm.
So long as the dockmaster doesn't come.
What does it look like directly under this dock? Is this dock propped up on stilts?
Most of it is simply built on rock itself. The small portions that are outside, I mean, there are large pieces of wood oriented like this, coming from the side of the mountain here, holding back the platform. But I'd
But the
say
rock is vertical until it was cut into.
yeah. So I think you can easily estimate that there's probably something like 60% of the dock that is actually sitting on rock, and 40% of it is protruding on the outside.
You said there were like angular supports.
Yeah, underneath.
Enough space to sit on one of those?
It's not going to be comfortable, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about hanging out there under the dock until,
Shit.
or security goes back down a little bit?
I'm fine. We can just look like boxes.
I mean, we wouldn't really need to if we were under the dock, but
It's true, but we might as well.
But that's a good point. If you stay at MN2, if you use your disguise, you're just going to look like boxes who have been propped up on the walls at this place. So the 30% visibility cone that you have, even if someone sees you, they just see a bunch of crates.
Which would make sense on a dockyard.
yeah. But also, it's crates that weren't there a second ago, and there's like 10 people out on this dock.
Yeah, but remember, there's enchantment on those. They kind of influence people to look
Okay.
away.
They've got like a perception filtery kind of thing
Yeah.
where you don't. Okay. In that case, yeah. I feel like pulling those planks is going to be loud. I say we hang out on the supports under the dock for a little bit, see if security relaxes, and then try and go into that corner.
Okay.
Okay. So you fly down. You sit on those beams. because you're flying, you can just gently land, find your footing. I mean, it's slightly slimy, but because you can ease down really carefully, I'm not gonna make you roll to see if you slip and fall to your death. No. But, you know, it's not super comfortable. There's the cold air of the ocean. But wide enough for you to stay there. It's a bit difficult knowing if security has relaxed. You can hear, but you can't actually see unless you use spells. Terry does volunteer after an hour to go have a look.
Oh, I guess one question.
Yeah.
In our brief time going through this, does it seem like there are any classic domesticated strays?
Animals?
Yeah, like for example, like rats, dogs, cats.
Would a cat look out of place is basically what he's asking.
Probably
It's always a
not.
question because, like, especially for, say, pirates or like really any kind of, they would try to keep
Anywhere
those
you're
kinds of animals to help manage
storing
mice and
things.
rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand exactly where you're going. Remy's... The color of your cat might draw attention, but beyond that, no. I think there's... Let's see what the dice says. Oh, the dice agrees with me. No, it could easily blend in. Of course, there are mice. It's one of the inevitable reality of ship life. Mice gets everywhere, and if they don't have anywhere to, if they don't have any natural predators, they just proliferate, and there's ample food. So yeah, I'd say you feel confident that your cat, maybe if you change its color, would easily blend in.
The real question is, are they attached to their usual appearance? Then again, I guess it's less insulting than turning them into a bird
Yeah.
or
That's
an octopus.
that's,
I turned them into weird things throughout this adventure.
You get the impression from his reaction that it's sort of like imposing on your kid a sweater he hates, but at least he doesn't hate the shape he has. You know.
I don't know what you're talking about. When I was in middle school, I hated my puffy coat so much. I left it at home, and I kept myself warm outside going to the bus stop by shoving my arms underneath my book bag straps to distract from the fact that they were cold.
I know the trick. And when no one's looking, you shove them between your legs. Because it's even warmer. Yeah, he would mind, but he wouldn't be mad at you to the point of you starting to fear waking up with scratches on your face.
Or missing feathers.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, I thought that curse was over with.
So yeah, he would be displeased, but not angry. So you summon him in a different color scheme.
It's like I bought a new skin.
Cost me 35 token. Come on. You're going to wear that new skin. And if you buy the 135 token skin, you can have him fluorescent. All right. I imagine you ritual cast it.
Well, I have no other choice.
Hanging from under a dock. Your ritual cast. Not sure. Okay, so hold on. The incense right here, that's gonna hold. Take the bowl in one hand. Start ritual casting for the.
I mean, I can have real fun with this. It's like I can use some of my spider silk to hold myself up, hold a few other ingredients up. Just like make this as weird looking as possible.
Absolutely. Now it looks like there's a giant spider who made a nest under the dock. But hey, you're comfortable now. All right, so you summon your cat. How do you get him off the dock? You just throw him?
Well, I mean, technically, I can, after summoning him, poof him away and then poof him back up a few extra feet.
Okay.
Then again, he might like jumping. I don't know.
Terry does ask how much does your cat weigh, because he can try and use his hand to deposit him on the edge.
Actually, that's an interesting question. Average weight of house cat.
I think between 5 to 10 pounds as long as they're not overweight.
I mean, at least. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. Like at least on a cursory Google search, it says between 8 and 12 pounds.
Well, Mage Hand can support 10 pounds, so.
How fat's your cat?
Well, I did just summon him, so he couldn't really have eaten anything.
How fat do you want to make your cat? Alright, so he's going to be a little bit slimmer than he used to, but at least it's under the 10-pound weight, so Terry just takes him by the scruff.
You see, now this just sounds like almost like TSA. It's just like, is your cat under 10 pounds?
So you see your cat moving away with the neck skin being pulled by the hand as it's moving away. Your cat kind of looks at you, and you just feel that feels slightly humiliated by this moment. As he's looking at you moving away. Terry deposits him at the edge of the dock. No one seems to react.
Oh my god, a flying cat!
No one seems to react. And your cat infiltrates the base quite easily.
And Mission Impossible music.
Bam, 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 bam. Ooh, mouse. You just keep reminding your cat, you gotta spy. I gotta blend in. All right. So now that your cat is in, you have eyes. And you wait. And you wait. The day moves forward. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Security doesn't seem to be lowering. Does your cat explores everywhere, or he just stays on the dock?
I think it would actually be worth a little bit of exploration because even if the guard duty isn't lightening up, like there might be other useful um, information about what's happening in the periphery that would be prevalent to know, possibly.
Okay. So, the first question is, how much of the map that you have in front of you do you want him to explore? And the second question is, do you want him to leave this complex and move to another one?
I'm gonna say, remind me which square that we're in, roughly.
You would roughly be something like K1 and 2, but minus 20 on the Z axis.
Um, I guess maybe take a peek in that area in H6, H7.
H6, H7. All right.
And then maybe similarly in that K6, K7 area, basically where those two blocks are, just again the general periphery.
Okay.
It's like if anything of interest seems to be happening in the other directions, maybe send them off, but
All right.
for now, let's play it safe with the more immediate surroundings.
All right. So with this, the immediate surroundings, it's not difficult because there are very wide space. So the moment he goes beyond I6, he can easily see into those two areas. And now you can see this. It's a main storage area for the K to P region. A lot of boxes, a lot of crates, a lot of people moving about, straightening up everything, adding. And there is a secondary storage area for the H portion. Once again, a lot of boxes. At the bottom of the K area at P7, you see the entrance to the lower tower. The little red dot that you see, one at Q8 and one at I9, these are braziers. They're the only source of light inside. There's also one at C6. They light pretty well, but because of how they're placed, there are some shadowed area. Greater shadows for P11, I11. Actually, that's what you'd think, but I just looked at the map. Your cat does see there's a light source somewhere in H11. So not a lot of shadows on the I11, 12, and 13. So, does he keep moving? So far, most people haven't been paying attention to him. One person actually saw him for a brief moment, talked to him just a little bit. Normal cat talk. Hey there, I don't remember ever seeing you. Are you a newborn from one of the cats? Oh, that's so nice. Hey, if you come and visit me later tonight, I might have a fish for you.
Loyalty immediately swapped.
You feel the bond dissipate.
You'll be casually reminded of the actual fish feast he received the previous night.
Fine.
I guess we can, since we're already getting into that area anyway, like maybe peeking around to look at H11 and 12 area.
Okay. So, entering there, you can see a bit of a hallway. Not a lot of crates there, but you see the light source and you see the entrance to the upper tower. Upper tower on the map, I mean. Judging from what's outside, bags of grains, you think you can deduce that there might actually be some sort of rudimentary barracks at the top of at least that tower. The door is closed, so you can't see inside.
So that's where all the pirates do the fucking.
Yep. I mean, you do hear some sort of creaking on the second floor. But, you know, they could also just be making bread.
Then I guess maybe looking into the N14 area.
Okay. It's also partially a storage area, but
Hot water to it?
with what you can actually see, you easily deduce that the portion at QRS connects to another portion of this complex because of how it's made. It's wide open space. Oops. I thought I pressed the transition. It's wide open space, crates at the end, but a lot of room for people to get inside. How much hit point does your cat have?
One?
I think maybe just one or two.
Well, if he has 2 hit points, he's been reduced to 1 because as he was entering, someone rolled a natural 1 and he just stepped on his tail and you hear your cat. If he has only 1 hit points, he poofs out of existence. Is it stipulated how much hit point? Familiar.
Like it's always based on the stat block of the creature.
Stat block of the creature. All right. Cat. Again, it shows that the creator, the writers of the Dungeon Master Guide, not the Monster Manual of the last generation, cares more about cat than dogs. Sorry, had to vent.
Aha, 2 hit points.
You're okay. He just lost 1 hit point because someone stepped on his tail. So your position is not betrayed. But now you know what happens if I roll a natural 1.
Okay, the reason why I was remembering 1 is because owls only have 1 hit point.
All right.
So eat that, birds.
Eat that, Fisher's familiar.
Why it doesn't
Alright.
come out much.
All right. So, one last area. Do you want to explore it so that you have the entire map of this area? Do you want to think about it as we go on a break? Because we should probably have went on the break 10 minutes ago.
So let's go on the break first, just so we're taking care of that.
Okay. All right. A little bit of music. All right. See you back in 15 minutes then. Bye. Hello and welcome back. We're all alive. I have updated the map because your little cat, Remy, can tell you the static position of guards. So every M on the map is a guard that doesn't really move. What I'm not including is all the people that keep moving because they keep moving. Now, the big question is, do you want to risk your last cat's hit point to survey the last bit of black spot on the map? Or do you feel like it's okay, I know enough. Nothing bad can happen if I don't have everything on the map? You're muted.
The funny thing is that I think it would actually be more suspicious if the cat did not explore the last bit, because cats are very territorial. So if it's really literally gone everywhere else, and like took a peek in, it's like, and it's something observably that every other person that's found it can see, then it would be weirder if they didn't complete the circuit.
All right. So, in that case, the last bit of the missing of the map is revealed to you. Right next to the small brazier, there is an exit leading to the outside. 2 guards next to it. Your cat does see a third one on the other side. And that is what is static inside of here. Now, as your cat moves in, of course, there are still technically 2 dark area because of closed door. So technically speaking, you do not see inside of those 2 rooms because the doors are closed and you would need to wait for someone to open the door for your cat to go inside if you want to explore them. There are the towers, like I said. You can surmise because of the bag of grains on the upper tower on the map that there is at least some sort of barrack in this one. The other tower is larger, so there could be either a bigger barrack or defenses on top of the tower. But you'd have to wait for someone to open the door and risk getting stepped on once again with your cat trying to squeeze in before the door closes.
Well, At that point, it wouldn't be risk of stepped on and more just risk of somebody with a broom, like shoving them too hard.
There is also one little problem that your cat sees. A problem that is not much of a problem for the rest of you, but one that is a really, really, really big problem for him. There's another cat staring at him. And you recognize that kind of stare. It's the stare of, what are you doing on my turf?
So we're just going to. It's like we're just going to hit the rewind button. It's like, and that's about what it looks like as they're backing up. It's like imagine like the Pink Panther theme, but then play it in reverse as.
So he slowly steps away, looking at the other cat. The cat is hissing at your cat. His tail is high up. His ears are completely flattened. Does your cat play submissive or intimidating, trying as he tries to back away? I think we're losing Sam.
We're going with the third option.
Okay.
Teasing.
Oh, you want to convince the cat that it's a possible mate?
No, sorry.
Okay.
I should be. I mean, I understand why you'd go in that direction because me. No, as in basically baiting it into chasing them.
Okay. Okay.
I guess that still files under intimidating, but maybe also persuasion. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, dogs are more playful than cats. But yeah, I think persuasion could be okay. Chase me if you can. Roll for
It's
your.
kind of like, I guess it's really more like in the case of cats, it's more like, it's like, what you gotta do about it? And then.
Okay. So it's the classic meme of the cat approaching and going and then running away. Okay. In that case, little provocation and then running away. I was going to go with intimidation or persuasion, but it looks like it's a constitution save because he's being chased. Or rather, a constitution roll. Let's see which between
I mean, not
the
that
two.
there's much difference between the two, but. Honestly, not that bad considering a +0 constitution. 14.
14. Well, he rolls an 11, meaning that your cat manages to run longer. So after a little while, you notice that your cat is distancing the other cat simply because he has a slightly better stamina than him.
In fairness, my familiar's been through more shit.
He's seen monsters the size of building. This cat has only seen mice. Your familiar looks at the cat and says, I once saw a dragon 1,500 years old. What have you seen? Alright, so your cat manages to elude the other simply because of greater stamina.
Like, now satisfied with having disrupted the natural order of this dock, uh, Raimi will poof away his familiar and share with the other two, using minor illusions, like all the things that his familiar showed him on their mini adventure.
Alright. So, you see everything, including the chase at the end, and the other cat losing because he's accumulated a point of fatigue, and his roll suddenly became worse because of that. And so, you have a better understanding of everything that is there, everyone moving about, the different places where you might be able to hide, shadows at Q11. Although you're in direct line of sight of people, you are in the shadows. You'd be able to hide there, maybe in the crate to your right or in the barrels to your left. The position at N and M and N2 offers the greatest protection against someone seeing you. But then again, it leaves a lot of room for the enemy to come in and call a lot of reinforcement if things happens. They're very large open area inside. The best choke point would be the T16 door leading outside. It's just a 1 square wide, probably less than 5 feet wide opening. So it would prevent other people from coming in. But you need to settle what's on the dock. The other good choke point is, I, J, and K. It's 3 wide, but if you put yourself there, you can easily push back anyone trying to go inside, so long as one of you doesn't break the line. You can probably maintain that, but like I said, so long as one of you doesn't break the line, if there really are hundreds of people in there, it's a question of time, not a question of if. There are the 2 towers, which you do not know exactly their content. One is larger, and one has bags of grain in front of them. So, your cat did also hear a lot of people talking. Roll for perception. See how much information you gathered.
Wait, hold on. What was their perception again?
Because you're proficient in perception, even though you're using a lesser sensory organ with your cat, I would allow you to use your proficiency bonus, but to roll with the stat bonus of the cat.
Oh, sorry. Wait, am I using their modifier or mine?
You're using your modifier with their body.
Okay, sorry. The way that you said it was a bit confusing. So,
Okay.
in which case I won't apply reliable talent. That would be. I don't know why I'm forgetting my bonus already. Maybe it's just because I'm moving between two different stat blocks.
Yeah, probably 4. And because you're proficient, I think it's 8.
Well, my total bonus is a plus 13.
Okay. Well, like I said, you're using their body, so your wisdom doesn't work. This is what I mean by you're
And
using.
this is now why I'm confused about your wording. Like,
Okay.
it's like, are we using? Okay, so
and allowing
we're
to
using-
use your proficiency.
okay,
But-
so proficiency bonus.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the difference.
Yes.
All right, that is a lot easier to parse. All right, in which case. All right, so basically I'm now rolling with a plus 6 if I'm replacing their wisdom with mine.
Yeah.
In which case that is going to be a 17.
17. All right. So once again, it's like using a bad system to listen into conversation. There's a little bit of static. He's not hearing as well as your trained ear after all of these months and years of training, but still you are able to catch more than he understood. With a 17, you understand the information that yes, the person you saw a few hours ago, that was the Dockmaster. He is a bit more active right now because they're waiting for a large ship. Actually, they're waiting for 2 large ships to arrive. The compound is not working with at its maximum capacity right now. So there isn't 300 people inside. But the moment those ships arrive, because their complement needs to be changed, there's going to be a brief moment when all of the people inside of those ships are going to be inside of this complex. That could bring the total of people above 200 people. But right now, there may be at most 100 people inside.
So then Raimi will communicate that, through audio playback.
These little snippet of information caught on the side, there's their brief moment where you replay what you heard and you look at their face and you understand that they're not understanding what's there. For you, it's obvious. Come on, look at. They could have only been saying this. How can you not see it? But, you manage to mix the two and give them the information that I just gave you. And the layout of the static guards, but not the moving personnel. And the 2 interesting places, if you want to hide. There is this one here, which is the most hidden, but has its flaws, and also this one here. So those are the 2 interesting hiding places. The yellow circle is interesting because you have access to everything and you can have an easy access to the best choke point of this place, the entrance from the outside. However, you have to get there and you will have to contend with everyone inside of here. The red dot gives you better coverage all around. But if you are seen, the best choke point is I, J, and K. Which again is not as good as a choke point, but if you need to hold it, so long as you can keep your line, then you'll be able to push back the enemy.
I think we got to go for the red dot because I feel like we got to play for not fighting the whole island. And it seems
You're
like
muted.
red dot is easier to hide, harder to fight, whereas yellow dot would be harder to hide, easier to fight, and I'd rather not get into a huge fight. So
Okay.
Audience is staring at the yellow dot intensely.
Yellow. I mean,
I might be putting words in his mouth or like thoughts in his brain.
well, no, actually, he's a paladin, so there is merit in what you're saying. This is the place, this is the dot where you have the most control of the environment, where you can smite the most enemies and be the influence of good in this dark, forsaken place.
Where he can be the Boku no Hero.
yeah.
And, you know, the red dot where you're gonna hide, you know.
What time of day is it at this point?
By the time that the cat finishes the entire exploration, it's getting late. There are only a few rays of sun left. Because of where you are placed, you feel completely in the shadows. So the only one that feels completely at ease is Remy. Yeah. The air is starting to grow a little bit colder because the sun is almost gone.
Why does the base
Oh.
in the Beyond screen have to be so white? Okay, switch tabs and I get a flashback.
Gotta give epilepsy a warning. If you switch tab too fast, you.
I set mine to dark theme or under dark mode.
Mine is too, but it's like when it loads.
Oh, okay.
Like when it's when it's up, it's in dark mode. But it like when it is loading, the screen is white.
The white screen of yeah, okay.
So.
Yeah.
It's the white screen of death.
Yeah.
And apparently I've been logged out of D&D Beyond. Cool. So
All right. You guys want to wait for till a little later into the night and then try and move to the red spot?
you're muted, Sam. We can't hear you.
I'm assuming where we are right now is precarious enough that trying to sleep in this spot would be difficult.
Where you are right now, if you do not want to fly, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's move to the red dot once it gets a little darker.
Okay. So, same setup. Cast invisibility, fly, and you all move in.
Yep.
In the meantime, while we are waiting on for that particular moment, I'm going to be trading one of my attunements to put on that ring of warmth just in case.
Okay.
I'm not a predictor of the future, but the future looks very dark. It's
And cold. Okay. So, you have more than enough time. Night completely envelops the area. Under the dock, it is so dark you can barely see in front of you. You can just move your hand like this and you can't see it. Fortunately, Terry can actually see all of you, so he easily casts Fly. And sorry?
I've got dark vision
Okay, well then in that
With-
case,
with my goggles of night.
yeah.
Well, no, Fisher, you're supposed to say, I have dark vision.
Yeah.
Don't let the meme die.
So you cast invisibility and you start moving out. Audience moving like a bird, so wider turn than all of you. But other than that, he gets there quite easily. The invisibility holds. No one seems to have noticed you. No one is turning around, looking in your direction. You know, Remy, that the Dockmaster takes about an hour and a half to make his round, so you know roughly exactly when he'll be back in the area. You know you have ample time. While still invisible, you move toward your hiding position. And there, you use your hiding tool. And you become boxes.
Called Nick.
Well, one of you becomes a barrel, but the rest of you become boxes. I'm letting you decide who became a barrel. So,
The audience could do a barrel roll, right?
I think a barrel is probably one of the smaller than a box, though, and I don't think audience would be the smallest object.
so audience is the big crate. Fisher is the small crate. Remy is the little barrel.
I guess Raimi will do a barrel roll.
Well, fortunately, because it's enveloping all of you, you know that it's illusion. You know you can see one another. And it's kind of weird just sitting there, knowing that there's this thin illusion protecting you, making you look like crates, boxes, and barrels. But for now, everything seems to be fine. No one seems to have noticed you. Everyone is buzzing about. There are a few moments where someone gets close to where you are. Then you hear them, oh, there's already something there. Who put crates in there? I don't know. Oh, come on. Let's find another place for those crates. You think they would fit on top? Do you really want to take that chance? Never mind. The magic of the
Like, I don't want
box.
to play Tetris.
The magic of your object worked. The workers did not pile other boxes on top of you. Now you gotta wait an entire night.
Yours is pretty good at that.
Yeah, but audience snores from time to time.
Well, see, Ramey's used to playing the quiet game because it got whipped less if you played the quiet game. I'm sorry, where was I?
You were ruining the mood.
Yes. That thing I do all the time.
Yeah. You're proficient in it now. All right. So, you settle in and you look at life on this dock. People moving about, their conversation. You know, it's audience, it's kind of different for you because you're watching all of them and you're hearing the casual conversation. Usually, your contact with pirates is surrender! Give us your gold! We'll kill you! But you're hearing their day-to-day conversation, and it probably hits you a little different, especially now with your new god and your new subclass. I mean, it's hard not to feel like a lot of them with proper motivation could be redeemed. It's always different when you hear their day-to-day conversation.
Yeah.
And then suddenly in your head you hear, audience?
Yes.
It's been 3 days. It's Sachet.
All right. Audience will go. We'll just go. Stealth mission. Not the time.
Oh. All right. Well then, we'll talk again in 3 days.
Wait, do you always talk out loud during these? Sorry, that's a joke from me.
Yeah.
You mean you're still always yelling when you're talking? All right. Then in that case, in 3 days again.
See.
All right. Be careful.
You too.
And the conversation stops. Fisher, that's what it looks like when you start talking. Right. So, night moves in. The cold air bites a little bit more. Well, not for Remy because he's attuned to the ring of warmth. You're protected from the wind where you are, but not the cold. And you are a week and a half from the winter solstice. So it's getting pretty cold outside. Okay. So,
Tell the guards doing for the cold?
Well, the moment you get to the night, a lot less a lot less people are moving about. You get the impression that there is a night shift, but the night shift is much smaller, not as many people moving. So there's that. At least less people to actually see you all. The first 2 hours are extremely quiet. Audience, you can probably start feeling the cold. You know, you felt worse, so it's not too bad. But not being able to move for hours and hours on end. Eventually, you fall asleep. Fisher watches over you. So at one point during the night, you feel a little bit of pain on your shoulder, and you just slapped your shoulder, and you're snoring. That little incident brought someone closer. Someone's inspecting the crates. You hear another guard near him. What are you doing? It's probably just a mouse. No, I'm sure I heard something weird, like a growling, grunting. I don't know.
From 30 feet away behind them, they hear the yowling of a running cat.
Okay. Definitely brings their attention somewhere else. Turns a 19 into a 9. All right. So,
Specifically, the cat from earlier as they were chasing his familiar.
So, thanks to your reflex, that incident doesn't turn into a hour-long brawl. Night keeps moving. 3, 4, 5. At the 6th hour, there is someone that comes nearby and looks at the crate. He just goes, I don't remember those crates. There's another guy next to him. He just says, leave them alone. Look, did you see the carving on the box? I mean, it's gotta be important. Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a fragile.
It's what I mean. You know, maybe it's pretty what's inside. Do you really want to make sure that there is something worth it inside? Yeah. The Dark Master's gonna kill you if it's something that's fragile or, I don't know, contraband animal. Someone did say that they heard some growling nearby. I mean... Oh. That Bondo? Yeah. Alright. Maybe you're right. But it's such a pretty box. Remy, you can definitely understand what they're saying. You know, they're looking at audiences crate. You mean, it's gotta be pretty. It's his crate. But fortunately, their role is not high enough to be noticed. So after a brief moment of watching you, of trying to figure out if they can touch the box, almost reaching for the box, but at the last minute, letting their mind convince them that they don't need to be here. Those are not the box that you need to be worried about.
These are not the boxes you're looking for.
They leave. Finally, after 10 hours, the sun starts coming up and warmth slowly, very slowly, starts pouring into the dock. That was a long night, very uncomfortable, but you're okay. However, you did hear something that's slightly worrying. Your dungeon master is going to have to skip another full day before the ship arrives, meaning more rolls to see if someone notices you and try to interact with you. So, the question is, do you want to do something, or do you want to just let me jump through the day with rolls?
I don't have any ideas of how I could bolster
All right.
anything, so yeah, I think just jump through the day and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, unless someone could cast like a work rates, but I don't know if that would actually help.
Yeah, I know.
I guess if at like at a
Let's see.
point where there was no folks looking, like especially if there's like any chunks of like old crates left around, Raimi would try to collect those and give them to the both like one to everybody.
Okay.
The general purpose being that if somebody does get the curiosity to try to touch the crates,
You can put the piece of wood.
we could literally hold a piece of crate in front of their hand.
Mm-hmm.
Give a little bit of physical permanence too.
Okay. Sure. That's definitely doable. Especially at the first few hours of the morning where there's a lot more shadows around. The only light source is the brazier at K4 and J2.
Technically,
Or
I mean,
G2.
technically, I guess I could use my sun pendant and cast divination to ask a question, if that could help anything. But that's the only thing I can think of.
I mean,
that's not a bad use.
Yeah,
sure. What question do you want to ask?
I could just keep it really simple. Well, I mean, well, no, because it doesn't. Oh no, it just takes into any possible circuit might change the outcome. But I guess if that does include like regular just guard things, I guess I could literally just ask, "Will we be found?" I could ask either like, "Will we be found in this area?" or Is there anything we can? Is there any location better near us where we would not be found?
Okay. So
I'll do the second one. I'll say instead of that one, I'll say, "Is there anywhere else where we could rest, where we'd be less likely to be found?"
Oh, that's why I couldn't find the spell. I just wrote divination, and why is it showing me a level 1 spell?
It puts me in it puts me in contact with God or a God servant. So I assume either the sun god or the servant, Shay's dad, and then I ask a question, and you have to answer true. The GM offers a truthful reply, and then if I do cast it more, there's a 25% for each character verse that you get a random reading. But this is the first one there would not be.
Yeah. And
it has to occur within 7 days. But
Okay.
obviously, it's occurring within 7 days. So
Yeah. All right. So, remind me the question that you want to ask.
is there any place where our party could rest that would be safer than where we currently are? On this island. I'll add on this island. In case. Although I don't think this is like a genie where the guy's trying to like trick me. He does in fact have my best interests at heart.
Yeah. I mean, after getting to know him for 1,000 years, you don't even need to have worded confirmation. You trust him. He trusts you. It's all right. The only clarification that I'll ask is, by this island, do you mean the entire 5-room
No,
complex, or
just-
on this one?
The 5-room complex.
Okay, the entire complex. Is there a better place
Mm-hmm.
to go?
Like, this complex is in the map we're looking at, or like the whole?
This is one of
No.
5 area.
Yeah.
Oh no, just where we are, like
This
this
one
dock.
here.
We know
Okay.
this is where the ship's gonna come.
Okay, so where you are, this one here. This one here. Phew. You know, rolling 10, 11, and 9. All right, so and how is there an indication of how I should word this? Yeah, first a truthful or platter lie might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. Spell doesn't take into account any Okay. Could like that. Okay. It takes a few moments for the answer to come, but you see 3 beetles walking on the floor. They all seem to be staring at one another, angry, letting their wings out. So the first element that you understand from that is that there are 3 locations inside of this place which could fit for what you want. The 3 beetles start posturing and trying to scare one another. It almost feels like a stalemate. None of them actually manage to scare the others so that they just flee away.
So equally as good on all the spots. I understand.
However, one does manage to force the others to back down without leaving. The meaning of that is that all 3 locations are really close, but there is one that is just a hint better than the others. How much of a hair better than the others? I rolled for each 3 location, and the highest number was the one that was the safest, and I rolled a 10, an 11, and a 9. So that is how close they all are.
Okay.
You are not at the 11 one. You are at the 10 right now. There's one beetle that is facing your group directly. It's one of those that stands down, but like I said, they don't run away.
Off of that information, I would probably say if it's that close, I'd say it's probably more dangerous to try and move to the new location than to be in one that's just so slightly safer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably best we just stay where we are,
Yeah.
especially because they've already recognized the crates as being in this area. So if anyone goes to report, hey, there are these crates there, they'll be like, oh yeah, they were there yesterday too. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think maybe other things that Remy will try to do throughout the day is basically create fun little distractions if somebody gets too curious, because he can just mage hand things into like a shifting or creating illusions, accompanying that to otherwise get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have a lot of fun this next day, basically acting like a cat all on his own. It's like just teasing all of the pirate guards.
Putting into practice some of his 1,000 years as a trickster god.
Admittedly, not as much of a power trip, but it'll do for now.
All right. So, using the knowledge that audience has, I rolled with disadvantage for them, and because audience got some divine answer for the how good this place is, there's an element of security, and I increased their DC to recognize you by 1 point. So, with all of those modifications, throughout the entire day, Remy, there are 5 moments where you throw the attention away. They work. They go toward the different sound. They go toward the screaming cat. They go toward the crate that suddenly seems to have slipped and fell and broken open, and now they gotta completely change this, and they're scared because the dockmaster arrived and started complaining by the fact that they had a lack of care for this merchandise, and the Lord would see this very unfavorably. Now, Fisher, that strikes a really, really distasteful memory for you of how he treats people that he feels like have slighted him. Which helps you understand the significantly terrorized look on the poor pirate's face. There is one moment, however, in the day where all of your tricks and all of your distraction suddenly seem to fail one after the other. There's this one person. Well, you are lucky in that element that he is alone. He's just staring at your boxes. Now he's 5 feet away.
I will ready an action to knock him out. Not kill him, but knock him out if he discovers us. So to bonk him on the head, basically.
So basically you're gonna reach out through the illusion, knock him out, and drag him in?
Only if he does good. Yeah, basically.
If only you had your mimic. Alright.
What is the
Would there? I have suggestion prepared. Is there a way I can cast that without him being like, someone just that crate just talked to me?
So,
Remind. Actually, I was going to ask if for whatever reason Terry had suggestion, but
I think he might.
and Terry has a permanent, but I don't think he has it. Detect thought, sending. He can banish someone. Too bad it only lasts in 1 minute, but no, he doesn't have suggestion because he doesn't have. He never had until now the ability to speak.
always worth a shot.
But now that he can actually communicate with others, could be an interesting spell to add to his repertoire for the future.
Because one way to be able to give a suggestion without speaking is to telepathically do so.
Yeah. Which is how he speaks. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Because you're using an object that allows you to be hidden, I will allow a stealth roll on your part to do this without being heard. The object will react, will try to cover you. It depends on your roll.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So,
I'm gonna try it. If we fail, we can still try and knock him out.
yes.
A stealth roll. I am going to use a luck point. 14 isn't amazing.
It's better than average.
That is an 18.
That is good. The box covered you adequately because the other guy rolled a natural 1 on his perception, so your 14 would have been enough. But better safe than sorry. Or bloody. Alright, the box covers you as you are trying to do this stealthily by sending out the sound of a little bit of wood cracking, just working because of the cold. And what is the suggestion that you send? He still gets a save for that, so audience's plan is still not off the table.
The suggestion will be these boxes are important. Leave them alone.
Okay. just as you're casting the spell, he had started to reach out for the box. And, audience, audience puts his piece of box in front of him with one hand. With the other hand, he prepares to strike if the guy tries to push on the box. And then you hear Fisher just cast a spell and says, "These boxes are important. You should go away." You hear the guy go,
Touchy.
"Oh, yeah, box like this, usually they feel so nice. They're probably really important." Steps away, looks at the box. You hear him say, you even look at all of these boxes and say, "If you're still here after the ship is gone, you're mine." And he leaves. He rolled a 3 on his save. So.
Yeah.
And
I figured out. He didn't ask what the DC was, so I assumed it was bad.
and he's just a normal type of guy that you can all kill using a single attack, so he doesn't have any bonus to anything. But yeah.
Only difference is we don't have a body bag to shove him in.
Oh, damn. No one said they wanted to take the body bag.
I mean, look, Tobiashi was very attached to that body bag for whatever reason.
He really wanted to put something.
I don't think you would have. I don't think you would have partied with the body bag.
He really wanted to put something inside of the body bag.
Looked for any excuse to put something into the body bag.
I mean, he tried to put a giant inside. Alright. Alright. I rolled 12 times in grand total, and only one of these roll. They all rolled disadvantage. Only one of those had rolled high enough to be discovered. But fortunately, using a few spells, you managed to avoid being discovered. Don't be so disappointed, audience.
In fairness, I don't think the guy would have been a very worthy fight.
No, it would more have been the question of, can the audience punch the guy out in a single attack? And then drag him inside? And then you would have to find a way to deal with him without anyone saying anything. Do you keep it alive? Do you knock him out? Do you kill him? So many questions. But throughout the entire day, all of the problems have been avoided. Night comes. It's quiet night. Thanks to Fisher and Remy staying alert. Nothing bad happens. Finally, when the next morning comes, you're all woken up in the early morning with an explosion of action from the base. People start pouring in the dock. A few crates, carts to pull the crates. Suddenly this large dock, which can easily handle 50 people, probably more 100. I just realized how small 50 people is, especially if they're packed. Suddenly this place is completely filled. There are so many people. They're waiting expectantly. Looking at the horizon, you see the dockmaster arriving, and a few moments later, you hear the of the huge elemental following him. They're all looking at distance. It takes maybe an hour before someone eventually says, "I see them! They're coming over there!" You hear the dockmaster say, "Oh, finally. They said they'd be here an hour ago. I wonder what happened." And the ships arrive. 2 ships arrives. Immediately, the entire dock comes to life. People start going inside of the ships. They start unpacking things. After that, they start packing things in. There's mayhem, there's chaos. A lot of the material inside of this area are being taken out, rolled away. Some material is being stored here. A lot of food, a lot of luxurious looking crates, a lot of large barrels are being transported inside of those ships. The crew complement leaves. One after the other, the ships are being loaded, unloaded and loaded, resupplied. This buzzing lasts for 5 hours straight. Whew.
Who left rotting lemons in here?
Jeez. Last one. Okay. There's so much activity, it's hard keeping track of everything. But thanks to Remy that keeps making distraction whenever someone arrives, 2 natural 20s have been transformed into a 4 and a 9 because of the roll with disadvantage. All of the others, there were 4 rolls throughout the day. And unfortunately, because your crates look so pretty, at several moments, there are people just coming in and says, "Hey, what about these boxes? I'm pretty sure you would want them. Does anyone know where they're coming from? I don't see any information on them." But thanks to the illusion of the box, thanks to Remy pushing a barrel inside when someone asks too much question, people keep getting distracted, and your boxes are left there. After 5 hours of this, of being very attentive to everything that's been happening, the dock finally starts to become quieter. You hear people that are exhausted. "Oh man, that was something. I heard those boats are leaving tomorrow, right? Yeah, the crew's gonna sleep here for a night. Some of them are gonna go with them, but good portion are gonna stay here. All right. Well, I guess nothing bad happened. Dockmaster was paranoid. What do you know?" You hear the third guy say, "Don't tell him that. You know what happened to the last person who told him he was paranoid?" You all see them look over the edge. Yeah. Probably right. And they leave. The dock is nearly unguarded. 2 guards guarding the rails, 2 guard for each ship, guarding the plank connecting them to the docks. One ship has a hull which has these patterns of colors, of hues mixing inside of the hull. You want to say that it's an illusion, but it's not. It seems like the material from which it made simply has this shifting rainbow hue inside. And the other one has a more blue shimmer to it. Right now, if those are the ship, one of them is the one that you're looking for. Of course, you can't be sure. You can't ask someone, is one of them leaving? But thanks to all of your information gathering, you did get a little bit of information about which ship you want to try and get aboard. So, which of the 2 ships do you want to try to board?
Did we notice any scorch marks?
Nope, they're a large ship.
You said one's like a shimmery blue and the other's like a shimmery rainbow?
Yeah. Patterns of rainbow type of color just that seems to shift on the hull.
I feel like iridescent could be. Either
Could.
one of them.
You were speaking in thief cants, so
Yeah.
there is room for interpretation.
Overhearing stuff. Has anybody mentioned where either one's going?
Boat ship, not exactly, not explicitly. Boat ship have been loaded with enough food for a 5-day trip.
Mhm.
Thing is, you don't know if it's 5 days to go and they get more food, and then 5 days back, or 5 days going and back. If these ships are fast, 5 days is enough to go and come back.
I I'd bet on the rainbow one, but we should probably double check. It audience, you did divination yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could ask, yes. I could do it again and ask what ship. I will ask what ship should we get on.
All right. And if I remember correctly, there's a 25% chance that it's not going to
Nope,
work.
not yet. No,
Not yet?
first 2. Not yet.
Oh, you get 2.
You
Okay.
get 2.
Um,
And I think it's before long wait.
Yeah, it's per day. So the last one
It's
was
per day.
the previous day.
Yeah,
so,
it's also the next day, so it resets anyway.
yeah.
okay. Okay. So, you ask your question, or you reach out to your god. And this time, the answer is a bit easier to understand. As the day is ending, when you ask your question, the last ray of the sun touches the hull of only one ship. The one with the rainbow hue on it.
Alright. I'll say yes, it's the rainbow. Need to get on the rainbow.
Perfect.
You can always bet on Rainbow.
Right.
I like this new god of yours. Very straightforward.
This one's more direct.
He's
Yeah,
not
it
always
definitely is.
trying to hide things.
Not trying to plot your ultimate demise.
Yeah.
And the demise of your friends.
He doesn't actively hate me. It's crazy. He actually likes me and wants me to succeed. It's very supportive. It's really nice.
For the first time in your life, you feel loved by your god.
Well, unfortunately that's not true, but
Well,
Well, the
no,
god
because
loves you, but-
technically, who hates you is one of the followers of the god. Just make that clear.
I have felt loved before, just not.
Just because
Well-
you felt it didn't mean it was real.
It wasn't real.
Oh wow, that hits deep actually. It's like you might have felt love, but was it real?
No.
Your life was a lie. Oh no. All right. So, now you know which ship you have to take. All you need to do is get inside.
Visibility. Stealth roll.
Oh,
Fly
yeah.
over.
Let's see. We overheard that they were
Leaving tomorrow.
leaving. Yeah, and a decent amount of people were gonna stay here.
Yeah.
So here, wait till night. Probably the most.
Wait till
people
night.
off the boat.
Sneak on over.
Right.
Don't worry about the fact that I just rolled initiative.
Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing there, bud?"
He just looks at one guard
Oh.
and says, I need to kill someone before we leave.
No, I'm a redemption paladin now.
You sure that uncursing
I'm a
that worked?
I'm a redemption paladin, guiding bolt at 6th level for 29 damage.
That guy didn't seem like someone who could be redeemed.
Holy fire!
Specifically, that guy pissed me off.
Yeah, I think once it gets dark and everything slows down,
All right.
go invisible and try and sneak on the ship.
All right. Oh, this is for the dock. This is for entering the ship. This is for inside the ship. All right. So, you all go invisible. And you roll.
Someone to cast.
It's like it's basically gonna be the same pattern as the previous times.
Except this time you also roll for stealth.
Oh no, whatever am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I will upcast invisibility to 4th level, so I can target the 3 of us. So Rami can use
Pass that
pass-
out, Trace. Which means advantage plus 10.
or Raimi will cast Passes Without a Trace, then I will cast Invisibility on all of us, so it doesn't immediately drop on it.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Well, with Pass Without a Trace and Invisibility, that's a 28 stealth.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear Fishers. I know Remy will be good enough.
That is a 23.
Not bad.
Okay.
You know, I might as well use the luck point because
It's true.
23.
Still 23. All right.
Okay.
23, 28, and Remy's going to be probably over 30.
45.
Well, I can't get. Well, actually, no. Without, I almost forgot the Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah, you get plus
It's actually 41.
41. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And you rolled with advantage. Is that?
I didn't because I already have advantage and disadvantage canceling each other out, so it'd be a flat roll no matter what.
Is this advantage on the new version of the spell?
No, he has disadvantage from armor and stuff, so then he gets advantage from the spell, so it's a straight roll.
Well, no, I have advantage from my foods and disadvantage from my
Oh, okay.
whichever way you have it. I know you have.
No, because I was wondering if the spell Pass Without a Trace made you roll with advantage.
No.
Because I was reading it as I don't see this anywhere. Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. So you move through the dock without anyone noticing. A barrel, a box, and a crate just moving across.
Well, if we're invisible, I don't even think we need to be.
Oh yeah, no, of course. All right.
But we can be. I guess.
An invisible box.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, so you move across the floor, and no one sees you. You go inside, and you start moving on the plank, on the railing. But as you arrive on the other side, there's someone there standing in your way, right in the middle. He's looking in your direction. He looks at the plank, and he looks right at all of you. You know that you still weigh something when you walk on that plank, right? I don't know who you are, but I know you're there. He rolled a natural 20 on his perception.
Silver barbs.
Okay. You wait there.
I say, fuck your natural 20.
Went from natural 20 to 16. Enough to prevent him
The wind.
from actually seeing anything. So he waits there for a while. And you wait there patiently. And eventually, must be tired. I'm imagining things. He steps aside and he just leans on the railing next to you, to the place where the plank connects with the ship. It's a tight fit, but it's enough place for all of you to go inside. All right. Now here's the question. Does Silvery Barb drops invisibility?
It is casting a spell, so invisibility would drop.
It would be pass without a trace. You cast invisibility. Oh, Remy's invisibility would
Yes.
drop.
Yeah, ours would stay up.
But I'm
though.
also like hidden beyond belief.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
That is true.
So
I'm asking.
Yeah, and ours wouldn't drop.
But yes, the answer is yes.
So
Yes.
you become easier to see, but your stealth roll still covers you, and you are not seen by anyone else. Since the roll to enter the ship covers not only that person, but anyone looking at the entrance, your roll is still high enough to not be seen, even though suddenly your invisibility drops. You make your way inside of the ship, and even though only 2 of you are still invisible, Remy's stealth is still good enough to cover their roll from inside the ship. So, you have to find a place to hide for potentially 5 days, but most likely 2.5.
I think we go to the
We go to the hold where the other crates would be.
and
Blend in with the crates.
maybe shuffle some crates forward a little bit to open up a pocket in the back of the crates where we can be crates behind all the crates.
Where you can be crates behind all of the crates. All right. It's easy to do. You move inside stealthily because of invisibility, because Remy doesn't make any noise as he's moving. The wind around you makes more noise than Remy. Actually, you're not sure he's there.
Classic. I'm gonna assume Remy's with us, but man,
You know, you have this moment while you're walking inside of the ship saying, did we leave Remy outside? You know, you can't be sure without talking, and so dropping the invisibility, and I'm sure he's okay. I hope. You just keep moving forward. Remy, there's a moment where you think, maybe they think they've abandoned me, and they're just leaving me behind. But you shove that thought aside. Audience would never do that to you. Besides, probably his god is telling him that you're right behind. He just answered 2 questions. Why wouldn't he answer a third one, you know? Is that how that spell works? But you make your way through the hold. They rolled really bad. With the exception of that natural 20, I haven't got a roll above 10. So you easily find your way. It just I don't know why. Sometimes my dice, they just don't want to roll above 10, and suddenly natural 20. It's annoying when I'm trying to fight against you. So you make your way down into the hold of the ship. You move boxes around. You make your way into the back over there, climb above a few crates, move others out of the way. Make sure that no one sees you, no one hears you. The spell, your stealth roll, everything works well. There's a person sleeping at the entrance. He doesn't move at all. He doesn't even notice you. Remy, you're looking at him, and there's just this thing inside of you that says, I could probably kill him in a single attack. It's been so long since I did that. But you resist, and you keep going toward the back of the ship, where you feel
His neck is right there.
completely exposed. I can even see his heartbeat on. Come on. But
His carotid artery is throbbing.
He doesn't move.
They'll probably got to get that checked out.
They're gonna have to go to the priest. That's really worrying.
Yeah.
So he rolled a 3, so he doesn't even wake up when you all move past him. You make your way at the back of the hold, and there you'll need to wait. You have a little bit more room, probably a little bit more private. You'll be able to stretch at least, maybe talk a little. You just have to be careful a few moments in the day, but at least you're inside. And now the hardest part is about to begin. Not tonight, because I'm going to finish the session in a few minutes and let you all go to sleep. Which is a bit of a shame. Sam seems to have woken up completely. But yeah. The next hard part is about to begin, because when you're going to arrive, you're going to need to figure out...
Start taking all these boxes away.
Yeah, they're going to start taking the boxes away. You're going to have to leave this ship, get on the docks. A place you've never seen. A place that if the alarm is sounded, you will not only have to face hundreds of people, but also your worst nightmare, Fisher.
Scurvy.
You have a feeling. That's his name. Oh, okay. It's Captain Scurvy.
It's like one look at me and you get Lyme disease.
You ruined the mood. Come on.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to be dramatic. No, that's okay. Yeah. So you are pretty sure, Fisher, that if at any point he's ever aware that you're on the island, he will hunt you down. And he is good in combat, as a tracker. So you have very little space for mistake. And since I all told you that I would always warn you, since there is the possibility to close out Fisher's personal story, you are entering into something for which I did not make any contingency. You can die on that island. And on that pleasant note, this is where we're going to end today's episode.
Don't worry, Fisher. We'll replace you with a peppy halfling sidekick.
No, we're going to bring you back as a Gnomish warlock. And you're gonna have a patron of pranks. All right. So with this done, tonight's episode will end. My warnings have been said. And, I was planning on letting you all level at the end of that. I know that it hasn't been long since you leveled because you decided to take a 1,000-year detour, but I will respect that. If you manage to kill that pirate, you will all level.
Nice.
All right. So, with this, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next week. Next Wednesday for the live broadcast. Next Friday for the rebroadcast. And in between Thursdays, map making and sometime world building with me. 7:30 for Dungeons and Dragons. 7:30 Western Coast time on Wednesdays. And Eastern Coast time on Fridays. And in between 9:30 because Eastern Coast time because that's where I live. If you want to help us, we got Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon. A link below for donation. Only donate if you can afford it. Or you can simply spread the word of the channel. That also helps. And I think that's everything I can possibly say. So, thank you for being here. Hope to see you again next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Hey.